Arriba! Welcome everyone to today's live stream. My name is Emmanuel from Tonridia, and I'm accompanied by my good friend Lee and our special guest today, Enrico from KMA. So, what's up, everyone?
Hey!
Let us know how you are down in the comment section, and we just want to clear out from the beginning that whenever you feel like asking something, whenever you want to know something, when you want us to do something, then don't be shy. Just put it down to the comment section. All right. So, what's up, boys? How are you guys?
I'm okay. Forgive any little
down in the comment section.
interference. I'm just getting the comments up on everything. Enrico, how are you, my friend?
I'm really good because I'm in the middle of the forest, more or less on vacation for this special occasion.
Vacation? Are you sure that you work in the music industry?
Good.
Like, never heard of that vacation.
You know that I'm self-employed and running a company, so I'm never on vacation.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So I'm always there for my customers.
You, my friend.
Yeah. So in case anyone wants to place an order, like Enrico is available, right, for that type of thing.
Yeah, we start ship on Monday.
Okay, but I think that's acceptable. So if you guys have money left, you want to buy some good pedals, then right now, right here is the place to be, because we want to talk you through 3 beautiful pedals from KMA. The first one is the Worm, which is, I think, your bestseller, right, at KMA?
Actually, yes, but quite close. Cirrus is just picking up pretty hard, actually, but it's a long-time seller for definitely, and it's a good one. There's a reason for.
Yeah. So this is a pedal that I've heard quite a bit and that I've seen quite a bit. Like on eBay there are these groups that are where guys are reselling their secondhand pedals, and this is a pedal that I see all the time. So it seems to be in everyone's hands and in everyone's boards, and that's something really cool. And now I can't see Enrico anymore. What's going on?
I don't know. He seems to have disappeared, and now the worm is right in my face. Hello. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
Hello.
Right. So,
I can hear Enrico now, but I can't see him. What's going on?
Yeah, you've disappeared. I hate Discord.
Yeah. Did it Discord connected on its own?
Oh man, this means we're not going to be able to see you again. I absolutely. Oh, hang on a second. What's happening here? No, we've got some blue.
Something's happening.
Hey! Thank you.
Wild Enrico appeared.
Yeah. It was. I don't know. Wild.
Oh, he's frozen
No.
again. Quality viewing, people.
What?
Okay. Tell us what you were saying about.
Guys, it's live.
Yeah.
So
look,
the spirit of the forest. Something is going on in Enrico's end, but now he seems to be back.
I'm back.
Hey, good,
that's cool.
Good.
All right, that was a Worm. Then the second one is the Dad Stack, which is a fuzz/distortion pedal, right?
Yeah. So it's basically based on a big muff circuit, but with a lot of customers saying, and it's something I can accept because it's quite gainy and it's having a powerful EQ section. Completely active 3-band EQ, so it fits to almost every situation.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the powerful EQ. I kind of feel that this is the case for all the pedals of KMA because, like, there are some pedals that just have their special sound, and as like doesn't matter what settings you are doing, it always sounds the same-ish kind of thing. But with these pedals, like especially with the Worm, it really gives you the opportunity to shape your sound in many different ways. It's not just one obvious sound like here I am, I'm the Worm, but it's something that you can really shape for different type of rhythm tones, different type of lead tones, and something that's generally pretty dynamic, I would say.
Alex,
All right.
Alex Lorenzo has said he's heard nothing but good things about the Worm. He's stoked to grab one as soon as he can, which is great.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Alex Lorenzo. Lorenzana. Sorry, Alex. Completely mispronounced his name there.
Never heard of, but should be a powerful statement.
All right. The third one I'm having with me is the Muay Mayor. Did I pronounce it right?
Yeah, kind of like this. I mean, even me, I can't pronounce it properly. I guess when there's original people from the East Islands, I don't know, that would slap me in my face.
Okay.
I think it's kind of like Muay Maya.
Muay Mayor.
Yeah.
It actually sounds very tasty. Like when I heard it first, I thought that would be an Indish curry or what. But
did you try it? Did you lick it?
I think this is property of your company. Like I don't think that you want me to lick it.
It's totally up to you. So just do it.
Well, I might do after the stream when I'm on my own.
I missed what you were talking about just for a second, and I had to kind of like retrack my things. Like, why are they talking about licking pedals? I had to go back over it.
Why not talking about licking on pedals? I mean...
Yeah, why not? Of course. Weirdo.
That's fair. All right. So these are our players for today. Just in case you guys are wondering, I'm having two guitars with me. This one is an Ibanez Iron label guitar from 2018, loaded with Fishman Fluence pickups. This is an Ibanez Axiom label guitar from 2K19, also loaded with Fishman pickups. The difference is that this one has 6 strings and this one has 7 strings. These pedals go into the huge Black Spirit 200, which is right behind me. The clean channel sounds like this. And the Black Spirit 200 is going directly into Logic, where we're having a cab simulation. And that's what you can hear, in case anyone was wondering. Now we got that as well. So let's start to get into detail, shouldn't we?
Sure.
Why not?
All right. So something we do all the time is going through these pedals with everything turned to 12 to see how the natural sound kind of is. So this is my clean channel.
We do like to quite normally see the range of each control, but if we do that with your pedals for all 3 of them, we're going to be here till like tomorrow.
It takes a while. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because one specialty of these pedals is that they have many knobs.
Yeah. So,
but
what I tend to do with Emmanuel sometimes is I tend to make specific requests on the knobs and like suggest settings, which usually works out quite well. But who better than to suggest settings than yourself? So let's see what it sounds like where everything's at 12, and then maybe you can suggest some changes.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so here we go. That is nasty, definitely. Like
the really interesting thing about the Worm is it's based on an HM2. I guess almost everybody knows about the fact, and the thing is, when everything is on 12, it's a bit it's lacking of some high content. So what we can do for now is just setting up the standard chainsaw, Swedish death metal chainsaw sound, if you want to. That means crank the high mids and crank the lows.
All right, let me crank the lows.
You're running the worm into a clean channel, do you?
Yes, I am.
Yeah. The most important thing about this is that you have to run the worm into a cranked gainy channel, which is already a bit distorted.
So what I can offer you right now on spot would be this crunch channel.
Sounds good. Should sound good.
All right, so
just give it a go.
No, that is the channel on its own. And now with the worm. Oh. All right, that is
crank the
much
level.
low end. Let me crank the level. Terror or volume?
Oh, that sounds bad. Oh, turn it off! Turn it off!
So, and the funny thing is now, is everybody's saying the Swedish death metal sound can be achieved by cranking everything up to 12, right? A lot of people saying
I wouldn't say that, but okay.
There's a kind of myth about the original HM2 one, but as far as I know, Entombed at the studio did this positioning thing only in case that they know where the setting was. So that means they set everything to a certain sound that they wanted to have it, and putting the knobs on 12, and not on 12, on max, on cranking everything. Sorry. So it's it's a bit of a myth, because as you heard, it's really boomy on the low ends when you're cranking the lows, especially in the low voltage amp. You need a lot of room for really punchy good.
It's funny you should say that. Someone in the comments did say one of their favourite parts is the low mids on it's Martin von Bargen said the low mids on the worm is the most versatile part for him, which is, with an EQ like that, it's just amazing, because the original HM2 just had the 4 knobs in it, whereas yours has got 6 knobs?
The highs and the lows, and our one is having 6 knobs, and the ones for the original one for the highs, it's the high mids knob, and the lows is the lows, and I thought adding a low mids knob will give you way more possibilities to further scoop the sound, to overpronounce this kind of chainsaw like high mids even more.
Yeah.
It's got some trim pots as well, hasn't it?
Sorry?
You've got some trim pots going on in there as well, haven't you?
Yeah, sure. You can shift the EQ curve in a certain range. So it means you can shift the bell curve, the highs, and also of the low mids and the lows. The only thing is we're also having a dip switch, an internal dip switch, where you can choose between the original HM2 one, where you're having 2 branches of an G-rater EQ, so a kind of parametric EQ, and you're having 2 running in parallel on the original one, and I also added just a single one for more tamed high mid sounds, where you can also shift the bell curve of the bits. So it means it's highly tweakable. Wherever you want to. We had I think it's 2 years ago or something. We got in a custom order from, what's the band called? What was it? I wanted to say HBO, but there's a German metal band. Was it?
That one German metal
name.
band.
Yeah, there are a lot of German metal bands. It's kind of.
Was it the Scorpions?
No. Anyway, the guitarist wanted to have a customized version with the high sitting around. What was it? 5K,
Okay.
and then you can tweak it over to 6K or 7K for this kind of airy sound.
Mm-hmm.
Means the home isn't only a distortion pedal on its own with a highly tweakable EQ from the outside. You can also do tons of different things from the inside.
That's exactly what I meant, because when I was setting up the sound to do the intro, then literally like every time I would move one knob just a little, it would give me a different sound. It would just sound the same, but it would definitely change the sound realizable so significantly. That was just a great thing to have. So I'm really like when I'm on tour, I usually don't use pedals, but I'm just using the amp. And sometimes what I would feel is that the sound that the mixing guy is producing is something that's completely different to what I originally had. Now with this type of a tool where you can actively choose frequency ranges, you could basically get a way stronger sound in the first place directly on the guitar, which is just a great thing to have so many opportunities.
Yeah,
I don't expect there's very many people that have got this pedal that sound exactly like the next person who's got the pedal, because there's just so many tones in it.
Yeah, I think so too. And the good thing is also something I learned as I was playing live. You're always having a different venue, and it sounds differently. Yes. And sometimes a small one, sometimes a big one. Sometimes it's a really dense sounding venue. Sometimes it's really damped on stage. You want to have a good stage sound, as well. And that gave me the idea that most of the distortion pedals to keep up with your core tone you want to have and you want to hear on stage to feel comfortable with, you need a versatile and flexible EQ section. That's also the reason why almost every dirt pedal besides the Minos and the Fuzzy Bear is having really, really tweakable EQ sections. Like Logan is having Dead Stack and Worm as well.
Yeah, it's really, really important, because you can make a pedal sound really, really great, but you just change the rig that it's going through, you change the guitar, you change the room that you're playing it in. Exactly what you said there. There's so many variables, and any one bit of gear is only as good as the entire rig. So it is just
imagine a gig where you can't play your 4x12 because it's a really small venue, but you want to achieve a really thick, boomy low end tone. And all you have is a 1x12. You're more or less kind of screwed.
You're very
all you have to do is all you have to do is just then cranking the lows for the really tight bottom end. At least to have a really good feeling.
Honestly, I wouldn't do the gig if I couldn't take a 4x12 or at least a 2x12.
I know. And I think I was playing gigs for a year with a 2x12.
Yeah.
Even on a stereo gig or on a dual amp gig, I was good, but something was just lacking. Was the tightness and the low end of everything. So I just switch over to a 4x12 again. I'm totally with you.
That there is a 2x12 from Zilla, but it's a bigger cab, and he's made it sound like really boomy, like a 4x12. It's very, very good.
It's also having a port, doesn't it?
Huh?
Is it a ported one?
No, I don't think that one is ported, but I have played through his ported ones before, and they do. It's really clever, because it's just a couple of like tubes in there, and it just circulates that bass really, really well.
Yeah.
Now you guys will hate me for saying this, but when I'm on tour, I'm playing in ear, and I don't have a cabinet on stage at all.
Did you know he plays in boy bands?
Sorry,
you're playing metal. That's fair. You're playing metal, so
yeah. But something I do when I get home is playing through a cabinet, like because there's weird noises coming. What was that?
Wasn't me.
Is it okay?
That is my. It was just my dad cleaning the floor.
Okay. Well, no. What I wanted to say is when I'm coming home, the first thing I do is plug my guitar into a tube amp and then go like playing through a cabinet. And something I do then all the time that I usually don't do on tour for sound checks or whatever. It's just. Right. That is something that it's a dangerous thing for me to do, because as soon as I'm plugging into a tube amp, into a 4x12 cabinet, all that I will do for the next hour is do that and just enjoy myself doing that. And
just chugging,
just very slow chugging. And that was something. And I mean, everyone says that this is the best pedal to get this Swedish death metal kind of sound, and I can definitely confirm that, because I'm playing through headphones through a cabinet simulation right there.
Does it work for you?
It definitely does, and it's just so joyful to be. You can like what I miss about a cabinet is that you can feel the air moving, pressing into your face, and this is the best simulation of moving air that I ever had the joy of playing. So thumbs up.
I have a 10-band EQ at the end of my board, which I kind of utilize to get that sort of thing, and I like the fact that this is a drive pedal that actually has it built into that, so it negates the need for the extra EQ, more or less. It depends on how many drives you want to have on there, but yeah.
Yeah, it also depends on how many grounds you want to cover with your dirt stuff. So
exactly,
when you're playing in different bands, it's always good having an additional EQ if you want to, or having just dedicated drive pedals.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to give a shout out to our friend Scott Gaylor, who said hi guys.
Hey Scott.
Scott.
Loads of people watching. If you've got questions, guys, just shout out and I'll keep going through them, and I will put them over to Enrico.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, and if you guys are curious how this pedal would sound with your favorite setting or your favorite playing style, then what you should do is go to www.tonepeter.com. Also, Lee will post a link after the stream to the comment section where you can interactively test all of those pedals with different guitars, different playing style settings, and stuff like that. So if you want to buy this and compare it to another pedal before or something like that, then this is a place to go, okay?
Yeah, I'll put a link up with all the KMA pedals, and what you can do is you can choose which one you like the most.
Exactly. Now, Enrico, this was a sound that was very chugging right away. And I highly doubt that there's any setting that won't chug. But thinking about Swedish death metal, what I'm having in mind is, except for riffs is riffs where you're doing that fast downstroke stuff, sound like that. So is there a setting that where you think that would really point out the attack of riffs like that I should set on this pedal?
At first, I would just set the highs to taste, that you can hear the string attack and the pick attack as well, and then adjusting the high mids, depending on how pronounced especially when you're playing pinch harmonics, how pronounced the pinch harmonics should be, and also depending on your sustain you want to have. I mean, when you're playing fast double strokes, it's more about being punchy. But there is a certain point where you just want to fall over into any kind of solo, or just want to ring out the notes. And on that point, especially when it comes to the band context, you need a bit of more high mids. I mean, when you're a bedroom player, it's all good. You can hear yourself properly mostly. But when it comes to band context, especially with really powerful drummer, you have to adjust the high mids a bit more.
Okay, so what I do for now is put the highs on 3 o'clock and the high mids on 3 o'clock as well. Is that fine?
It should work properly.
Now for the bass, for the lows, what should I do there?
I would cut it a bit to bring it more bring out more the attack, the string attack, and probably a bit of beefing up the sound by setting the lows on 3. I think 3 should be fine.
3 o'clock, like boosting them more than midday.
Yeah, boosting.
Okay.
Just cut the low mids and boost the lows.
I cut off the low mids a bit. The lows are boosted, highs and high mids are boosted as well. Now gain on 12, or should I turn it up as well?
Well, I mean, it's gain is pretty sensitive when you're playing dynamically, so strongly depending on your playing style. I would set it on 12. 12 o'clock is a fine one.
Okay, so let me try to do that. Oh, that is a really like.
Is still running? You're still playing into the crunch channel, or are you back in clean?
That was just a clean. But let me turn on the crunch. That is where really that chainsaw characteristic kicks in when you're doing it with a crunch channel.
Yeah. But yeah, sure, definitely.
I prefer it with a clean channel. What I would maybe do is just turn up the gain a little.
Yeah.
Emmanuel.
Then it's really fun to play riffs like that. That is amazing.
What tuning are you in there, man?
This is standard tuning, but it's a 7-string guitar, so we're having the low B. But something I would like to do, or like to ask you, because like Swedish death metal and that Gothenburg sound is really not about lead sounds. So do you think that we can get a lead sound out of that? Or would you say that this is not the right pedal for that type of playing?
You can, yeah, sure, why not? I mean, the thing about the lead sound is having enough mids and having enough gain, mostly, and having enough compression. And there's something the Worm is definitely having. So
yeah. So what setting would you suggest?
But again, to stick out a bit more when you're playing lead tones as well, I would still increasing the highs and the high mids a bit more. Because I can hear it sounds a bit muddy. Maybe it's just because of my headphones and the whole amp constellation.
It sounds a bit muddy here as well. So I take a little bit of the lows out there.
Okay, I did so.
But increase the highs as well. Can I ask you a question? Where you've got the high mids and the low mids, when you push them up a little bit together, does that push the mids up? Well, what is the frequency for the high mids and the low mids? And how wide is the Q on that?
Yeah. These questions are interesting because there's a manual on our homepage.
One of our listeners said that he's...
I mean, the original high mids are around 1 kilohertz. I think it's a combination between 900 and 1.1 kilohertz, something like that. And the highs somewhat around 2.4 kilohertz. And actually, I'm not having the Q in mind. I think it's somewhat around 3, maybe. It's quite narrow.
Okay. And what about the low mids? Where's that sitting at?
I think it's about, I think it's something around 800, just me.
Oh, okay.
Give me a sec.
It's not quite as low as I thought it would be.
In mind. Sorry. Yeah, low mids. I think about 200. There's a sheet on our homepage. No, low mids is about 425.
That's where I thought it might be. Yeah. Okay.
Now we're getting very, very nerdy.
Sorry. Yeah, we are. Yeah. Okay. So
it's a really good question.
when you push them up, does it push up like the 800 hertz sort of range?
What do you mean?
If you wanted to push up the 800 hertz sort of thing for a nice lead time, would you push both of the high mids and the low mids up together? Like, do they overlap so the Q pushes them up?
I wouldn't push the low mid. So what I would do is the high mids of the original HM2 is somewhat between 900 and 1.1, and our internal warm high mid EQ mode is also centered around 1.3 kilohertz, which is quite good for the string attack, for the first for the highest note on the guitar. But then I would set the tripod of low mids to almost completely clockwise, and then pushing the low mids if you want to have the 800 hertz.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now it starts to getting nerdy.
Yeah.
Now it starts. Now it's more maths and music in my head. Right.
Yeah.
So
okay, let's try it out. Let's try it out. Let's basically try it out once. Now, lows, 12 o'clock. I am now. Where should I go? Clear. Stay there.
Yeah, lows at 12, low mids at 12. I would work with the high mids and with the highs to get a kind of bass lead tone, and then adjust the low mids and the lows to beef up the strings.
All right, let's see. Well, that is spot on right away.
I'd give that a little bit more highs and a little bit more gain.
I really okay gain maybe, but I really like the way I don't like lead sounds that are too much focused on high frequencies, but increased highs, increased gain. All right. Oh, and I should activate the pedal actually. This is getting fun.
Yeah,
this is getting really fun.
We can tell you like that, man.
We should stop talking about this pedal, because if we go on doing this kind of stuff, I will play. I will just shred my so you guys know what's going on.
Shred my ass.
I don't want to give this back. Now let's make me don't want to give this back to the office.
Right.
So
okay.
The dead stack. This one was based on the Big Mouth, right?
Yeah.
So
the main idea on the dead stack was I was starting with the design of the Red Army Overdrive, so a Civil War version of the Big Muff, which is a bit less gainier than the green one and the Softic version. And I don't know why, I don't know when, but I just increased the gain range then, because it was a bit too low gainy for me in the very end.
Are you a metal player?
I'm not a metal player, basically. I'm coming from what I started with harder music on the punk rock and hardcore stuff. So pretty grindy. And my first band was about a stoner band. And then I started listening to a lot of stoner, and now more Actually, I'm having a quite decent country and blues phase, so...
No, but
when you're getting older. No, not really much.
Don't make me be afraid. I want to shred all my life long.
Whatever suits you. Whatever you want to do.
No, I'm afraid of getting older and then don't shred anymore. But that's another topic. No, but actually, like stoner and grind and hardcore and stuff like that is actually pretty much the only genre that requires as much gain as metal. So I was wondering because like if he's not a metal guy, why is he building pedals with so much gain all the time? But now I know.
It's because of the sustain. The note has to sustain forever. It's something I really liked. And as I started to playing this in my old band, I was in charge for the rhythm section, and I like really chunky, heavy riffs and long ongoing notes and everything. So highly compressed with a lot of low ends. So it was more on the bass range and on the lead tone range. And that brought me to the active EQ section on the Big Muff, because the thing is, on a Big Muff, you can't have a really edgy tone with a lot of low end. You can choose between a muddy, really chunky sound or just a really edgy and nice picky sound. So I basically just kicked out the tone stack of the original Big Muff and added a 3-band active EQ section with a back center for the highs and for the lows that you can cut or boost it, and with a parametric mid section that you can dial in the mids where you want to.
What does the CB knob do?
The CB is cut boost for the mids. So it's for setting the amount of boost or the amount of cut for the mid section. And the freak knob next to, I think, I don't know, is it labeled mid or freak? I think it's labeled mid.
Yep.
That's a knob to set the center frequency of the mid.
Okay, so that's kind of like you choose the frequency and then you cut or boost it. I see what you mean. That's really cool. Okie dokie. And then you've got smooth and sharp and high and low. I see, okay.
Yeah.
I thought CB would be the children of bottom knob.
Huh?
I thought that CB would be the children of bottom knob, but I was wrong.
I thought it was going to be like CB radio.
Quite close. Yeah, it was also. I wanted to make a joke about CB radio, but
I didn't know if that was something.
Okay.
I wasn't sure if that was something you have over in Germany. I thought that might be like a UK and American thing.
No, I think we're having CB radio as well. But it's not that common.
Guys, we've had a question about it was for the worm, but it would apply to the dead stag as well. Can we hear how it cleans up on the volume pot when we're going through?
Yeah.
Cheers.
So then let me turn this on. Everything is turned to 12 o'clock. Now, shall I go for the switches? Shall I go for the high or for the low mode first? And for the smooth or for the sharp mode?
High low is the gain level. Are you playing an active one? Active pickup?
Yes.
Then please choose low.
Okay, and sharp or smooth?
Well, let's go with smooth, because the smooth sharp switch is for high mid boost around 1.2 kilohertz. So if you really need more attack, then you can just engage it to flip it over to sharp.
All right, we are on smooth, we are on low, everything is at 12 o'clock. This is how it sounds. So much rocking out that I accidentally hit my volume knob.
Is it me, or does that sound like Sabbath? Actually, right? Dude, there was some real Sabbath vibes going on there, man.
Maybe.
What's Sabbath?
What is a Sabbath? Can you eat that? No, but let's see how the volume knob reacts, because even though it's digitalized, I'm playing through an analog amp. So let's see. That feels very dynamic to play. It's not cutting off anything or something, but it's literally just adjusting the volume. Like,
can you
that's what a volume up is supposed to do.
Have you got it on smooth or sharp?
It's on smooth. Should I go to sharp?
Yeah, and can you turn the treble down just a little bit and turn the bass up a little bit? I want to see how close we can get to these Sabbathy sort of tones.
Okay, highs down. Was it highs down or highs up?
Sorry, highs down.
Put it on sharp and the highs down, yeah.
And then
Highs
bass
down.
up a little bit.
Highs down a bit and bass up a bit. All right. I don't know.
It totally
What do you
wouldn't
think?
take much more to, there's a lot of fiddling we can do with that, but it's not far off, is it? It's not far off at all. Oh, man.
Now, I would like to hear how this sounds with a little more of gain. So, is growl gain?
Just give it a go. Growl is gain, yeah, but what you can also do is just flipping a switch up too high. Then you're having a range. Or the main range you can get.
This is, oh my god. Okay. You got me. It's sold. I take all of them. Mine. Go away now.
As I was saying, it's just above the sustain.
It's so sustain is what makes everything more joyful to play, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure.
So let's increase the growl.
There's a there is a shit ton of compression going on there, isn't there?
I just did one mistake. The growth level and the mud is of course, the mud has to be the gain, because a big mud, when you crank the gain, is getting muddy. The mud.
I really would have thought.
It has so much to say that I don't want to shred. I just want to play long notes, which is a thing that I don't say that often. But when I say it, I'm playing KMA pedals. Like,
it's bringing out your inner Gary Moore. That's what you mean.
All I want to do is just take a note and then be like. This is so much fun. Oh my god.
Oh man, that is so cool. Let's look. We are running out of time, so let's move on because we don't want to have to miss out the octave pedal because this is a beast.
Oh.
These are all really, really good though. It's not for us on Timepedia to normally tell people how good or bad things are. That's what Timepedia is there for. You go on and you make your own decisions. But screw that for the minute. These are really good.
Not today.
Yeah, I fell in love with these a while back when we first met. I think it was over in London, and we did
I think it was in London, yeah.
yeah, and we did a video of them, and we were going through them, and like I was just like, wow, your phase is amazing, and all this sort of thing, and it was just, but so many of my friends are picking these up now, and they're really good, man. There's so many other companies doing like the same thing, and you're not. You're just like, no, I'm not going to do the same as everyone else. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah, the thing is, I
love it.
to us, I don't know why. I mean, I really like to stick to the bass tone, to the chord tone of a pedal, and kind of style of a pedal, and then adding possibilities to tweak the sound to create your own distinct sound, your own. I don't know how to explain it. I want to give you a tool to express yourself and even push your creativity more. And what you need is then more than just 3 colors. You need more.
So let me ask you, on that note, who's your favourite pedal company out there other than obviously KMA? Who else do you think is pushing the bar?
There are quite a lot, actually. Jesus. It's really hard to answer, to be honest.
Company, yeah. Jesus is pretty famous.
Yeah, did you know he was a pedal maker?
I'm friend with a lot of I'm friend with a lot of other pedal builders in Germany as well, and also some of the States and some from Canada. And what I really like is the stuff from Old Blood, because the guys are just awesome. They're really, really funny and so nice and so heartwarming. And also the guys from Earthquake, I had the chance to talk to Jamie. He came around during NAMM to play our stuff, and we were just talking a bit about pedals and stuff. And it's hard to say what kind of company is my favorite one, because in our business, all of the companies being more kind of family, a big family thing, is more a community than competitors.
Do you have
somehow?
Do you have a favorite pedal? And it doesn't even have to be like a new pedal. Like for me, for instance, it's the MXR Blue Box. I think that is just out and out the best pedal ever made.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the whammy.
The whammy,
The digital
yeah.
whammy. It's just so insane what you can do with the whammy. I just started to play around with a whammy and just pedal off. Haven't left my board for ages.
Which one do you have?
I think it's the 4th or 5th version. I'm not sure, actually.
There's a big difference between the 4 and the 5. The 5 took a massive step in terms of quality, but the 4 still had that glitchiness that you.
I think I'm having then the 4. I'm having the one with where I need a separate power supply, which is AC. It's a 4, isn't it?
I think so, or earlier perhaps.
Yeah, it's awesome. I really like it. I'm really into just fiddling around with synth-like pedals. Oh yeah, Maris is also pretty great. I bought the Enzo 1.5 years ago.
Yeah, I've got one as well. They're brilliant, aren't they? I love playing it.
The thing is, I don't understand it.
I know.
in the very end or in depth, but it's just great. Around. And I also recently acquired a Boss SL20, the slicer.
Oh yes. I've got that built into. I've got their MD200, and it's got the slicer built into it, which is their multi-modulation small one. And it's such a great thing because it's not quite like a tremolo. It does it in such a different sort of way. It really does feel like it's literally slicing the note, doesn't it? Brilliant.
The thing is, I haven't tried it in stereo because the stereo modes, they have to be insane. I was watching the Pedal Zone's demo about his favorite stereo effects. Hi, Stefan.
Yeah, hi, Stefan.
And yeah, I needed an SL20, and I got it, I think, 4 weeks ago. And it's so 90s. It's so like this kind of ravey, Manchester rave.
Yeah, out comes the
trip
glow
hop
sticks.
sound. Yeah, I mean, all you have to do is just playing one chord and did it. You don't have to do anything more. It's just great.
Enrico, do you guys make something that is close to a Tube Screamer?
Sorry, there's an automatic shutdown when I hear this tube scream.
I was just asking because that is a very rare pedal, and there's not enough on the market. No, just kidding. But is there something direction?
Yeah, sure. The Logans are low gain overdrive to mid gain overdrive, and it's a funny story about the Logan because it took me a year to develop the circuit with some breaks in between because it didn't work properly. Especially the mid EQ was a bit a pain in the ass because of the VCA topology, and it was always oscillating. And then I was just redesigning the whole circuit for adjusting the levels and everything, and got the PCBs in, just let them sit for, I don't know, 2 or 3 months and just give it a go after a certain while and just set it up somehow and was perfectly fine. Okay. So yeah, the low gain is
good.
loosely based on a blues breaker.
Oh, okay, cool.
But with a different input stage, with a discrete BS170 MOSFET stage, and active EQ as well for the lows and for the highs, and an active mids, which can be controlled by an expression pedal. Oh. And it's really open dynamic sound. I mean, I'm not a big friend of any kind of marketing buzzword like transparent and open and tube-like, stuff like that. But I'm really into tube amp distortion on a mid gain level. I was playing an AC30 for ages in combination with an Screddy screwdriver from Screddy pedals. One of the best drive pedals I ever tried.
Oh, you're cutting out, mate. Can you hear us? Oh no, he's gone.
No!
Just getting interested.
Then let me.
Oh, he's back again.
What? Back again.
So
why?
Yep.
That was the kind of sound I was trying to achieve. And I did this with Logan. It's a really tube-like sound, even on low volume levels, and you can use it as a preamp as well. But you can crank it as well, and it's having a really, really high headroom and really high output.
That sounds great, because you guys have been talking about your favorite pedals, and I got to admit that I'm not the most pedal nerdy person in the world, but a pedal that I need to have as a metal guy all the time for rhythm, for lead, for everything is something like a tube screamer that is basically making everything tighter and adding sustain to it.
Yeah,
remember
totally.
How good that blues driver sounded last week. Oh my god.
Yeah, yes. That was insane. So I'm very curious about the Logan. Hopefully we will get them on Tonepedia one day to try these out.
Yeah, hopefully. I hope so too. But when the customer is just ordering Logans over and over again, just trying to keep some of them for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Let's try this out.
What I did when you were offline is I turned on this beautiful pedal. Because it is something that we have here in our hands right now that we can check out. So I think everything is on 12 o'clock. I activated all the 3 knobs down there, and let's see what I'll get. It's a great thing about pedals if they make the player play stuff that he usually doesn't play, like the that sec make me play sustain notes, and when a pedal like this just makes me wanna I don't know, but what is it that is inside of this voodoo thing? Like,
is it an OC2?
First of all, there are a lot of electronic parts inside, and traces, cables, switches, and knobs. Pots. Sorry.
No shit.
No. Basically, it is a monophonic analog octaver. So first of all, you have to play monophonic, means only single notes for better tracking. And so what you're having there is, are you familiar with the Pearl OC7? One of the best old analog octaver.
No, I'm familiar with Trap.
It's quite close to the OC2 from Boss, but better because it's having a higher octave.
Shout out to Boss.
Sorry, that is how it is.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it now. Yeah, I recognize this.
So we're having the and higher octave on that one, but this is not the same circuit which is actually on the OC7 because I like it fuzzy. As I was saying, I was playing stoner stuff for a long time, and when it comes to higher octaves, I don't like this kind of thin ice picky octaver sound. So I need a bit more of harmonic content then. So the higher octave is based on the Foxtrot machine.
Oh, what did you just say?
Huh?
It just went really digital, really glitchy. Then what did you say?
Also,
the higher octave is basically a Foxtrot machine high octave.
Oh right, okay, okay, very cool.
Yeah, pretty famous and often used by Josh from Queen of Stone Age. But then the full tone Ultimate Octave, I think, was the name of the pedal. Anyway, and we're also having two sub octaves where you can choose between only the first, only the second, or both together for a massive wall of sound. And the good thing, or the interesting thing about the KMA is that both octave modes having their own dedicated foot switches, which means you can engage the high octave whenever you want to and the lower octaves whenever you want to, which works kind of like a digital, like an analog preset on stage.
So is that why we're having 4 input jacks?
Now, the reason for 4 input jacks is that you're also having an effect loop on the clean signal. That means everything is going on in parallel there anyway. So the clean signal, the higher octave, and the two lower octaves.
So you can't
They're
run
always
this
on parallel.
You can't run this in stereo and shoot the different octaves off to different amps.
No, but thank you for that, Lee. That's a really interesting idea.
Royalties.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later.
Now, what we can talk about is what setting, because I'm someone who doesn't own an octave pedal. I sometimes play them when they're in the office, but I don't have one at home. So what type of setting would you suggest me to set on here, and what type of playing would you want me to do with that?
It's gonna have to be with the worm and 2 octaves down, and just play some really slow, evil sounding scale.
But monophonic, so only single notes.
Yeah.
Okay, so
turn off the shriek that the red lights are off.
the one in the middle.
Yeah, the one in the middle.
Can I ask you? Does the drone, is that like a freeze knob? Is that a momentary? Is that momentary, or is that?
No. The drone is to activate the sub octaves.
Right.
Only we're having this kind of narrative approach on every pedal. Every pedal should be able to tell a story, and even the names of the switches are kind of part of the story. So when you're having more lows, it's a bit more drony and more deep. Everything, and the shriek is screaming high octaves.
That's cool. And if you want to try this for yourself, obviously this is on Tonepedia, which is a great way of learning what controls do on pedals, especially on the range demo. So you can go on there and you can use majority of the pedals through the majority of their ranges. Go on then, Sunshine. You're really eager to do this.
Now, I turned off the Shriek one. Okay, cool. Now turning on the Worm, right?
Turn on. Yeah.
Cool. Now anything to set up on the knobs?
Try it. See what happens.
Put everything on 12. I mean, it's just a level control for the clean, for the first sub-octave, for the second sub-octave. And set the middle rotary switch, please, to -1 and -2.
So,
So
where it is at the moment, that's fine.
Fully right, yeah.
All right. Now, single note evil lines. All right, I think we need to tweak this.
Play.
Could you?
Sorry, go on.
All you have to do is just dialing back the highs and playing the neck pickup. That's for the perfect tracking.
Okay, dialing back the highs.
No, on your guitar.
On the guitar. Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
Turn the tone down a little bit.
That is evil.
Play a sweep, but play it slowly. Not really slowly, but slower than what you normally would.
Whoa, that is cool.
Sexy, isn't it?
Can I keep up with fast? That is it's quite cool. I'm impressed. Can I keep up with Shrek? Okay, no. But it really sounds like everything you do immediately gets
thicker,
mighty and big,
yeah.
like something like that. If you're having problems with your ego, then I think just playing two notes of that would definitely make you like a stronger person. Play it like halftone steps is awesome to play with that because it sounds like Dracula would.
Yeah.
You know,
let's see how it sounds with the Dead Stag, because obviously fuzz and octave go together like cherry on top of ice cream. So. Oh, it sounds like thunder.
I need instructions.
Set everything at 12 and see how you get on. I can't see the pedal. One sec. Let me.
Yeah, me either.
Should I go to low gain mode?
Yeah, go to low gain mode as well. Go to smooth mode.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Dial back the gain a little bit.
I think we need some more high frequencies. Might that be right?
Yeah, it sounds.
Yeah,
like
what you can do then, engage the Shriek knob on the KMA here. Then we have enough highs.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. I want to be an evil person from now on.
Yeah,
I think it's way more fun.
Should we start wearing
become something-
like big dark cloaks and stuff, and like red bow ties?
Kind of like some.
What's he doing?
Okay.
Quick, talk about him. He can't hear us.
I'm just trying to be funny.
That's right.
Just trying to be funny.
All right.
German humor once again. Even that sounded
right.
evil, didn't it? Oh my god, that sounds awesome.
Like, okay, now it's getting silly.
You realise that Disney now owns us, don't you? they
Sorry?
Huh?
Disney now own our souls.
Probably. No, but it's crazy how it makes everything sound thick, evil, juicy. I don't know.
Juicy.
I don't know words to describe.
It sounds
the
synthy, man. It sounds wicked. I love it.
The most impressive experience I had with the MoMA is we had a nice session in our, was it the first workshop? I think it was the first workshop. There was a guy from Luxembourg coming around playing his violin, and he was playing the main score of Game of Thrones through the MoMA. That was fucking killer because the notes were sustained ever. I mean, the session is on our YouTube channel, so whenever you want to have a look and give it a go, just go there. It's called Workshop Sessions, and the musician is called All Rights Reserved, Christopher Reitz. That was impressive. It was huge. He was playing through a Basement 100.
Mhm.
That was just crazy.
Do you want me?
All right.
I can't wait to read that. Do you want to chuck a link for that in the comments for the listeners so they can come back? So once we're done, just chuck a link for that, and then people can click it.
Yeah.
So people viewing
Yeah,
the
we'll
stream
do.
later. I'll go through a few comments that that we might have missed. So let me go through. Justin Chamberlain said, such a great pedal. He's talking about the Octava there. The mid button is amazing, which is obviously the Shriek, I believe, which is the higher octave, I think. They make Andy Bruno said they make some killer stuff. That's very true, as we've discussed today.
Thanks, man.
Matt Haight said, hey guys, first time catching a live stream here. Just wanted to say that I love the Logan Transcender drive. Cuba Pete said was working. So these obviously go back to discussions we've had throughout the chat. So for a working musician, it's so important to have an EQ to switch between the sounds, which is very, very true.
True.
By the way, my dog ate my worm user manual on the day that I wanted to play with the trim pots.
Just go on our homepage.
Okay, so Martin von Buggen, if you go to the homepage, you should be able to download the
Oh, Martin.
Oh, Martin.
Yeah, Martin is a really good customer.
Okay. They're good then. Someone's Ash Emlich has put a nice little link to a demo of the Moamea. Right, let me see. Sorry, got to go through. Greg has said, "What's up with the green lights on the worm? They look dope." Which they do.
Yeah, dope.
I love how you've done that. Let me bring up a picture so people can see that. Boom. There you go. Right, let's have a look. One of Emmanuel's friends has said, one of the best guitarists I know. Well, we know that. That's why he does it. he's amazing.
So he probably doesn't know many guitarists then.
It's very true. Other than that, it's just people saying hi and that sort of thing. So, on the worm, is it a parametric type sweep? I don't think it is it?
Yeah, when you're using the trim pods inside, yeah, sure. It's a semi-parametric one.
Semi-parametric. Okay, yeah.
But you're also changing the bandwidth of the EQ curve, so it's not 100% the same bandwidth. It's
Gotcha.
modulators are working.
Is it very, very, very versatile? They all are. They're wonderful pedals. They really do sound great. So Enrico has just put up on the Tonepedia page. He's just put up the page to the workshop session. So if you go on there, you'll be able to see that. I was just about to read that comment out and said Enrico has said. Right, so that pretty much sums up. Does anyone have any questions before we say goodbye? Now that's going to take about 5 or 10 seconds before they actually hear us say that, and then they've got to type it. So we just sit here and
to sum it up, this pedal has big balls. You know, if you play this pedal, then what will happen immediately? If you don't already have a beard, you will grow a beard like in 10 seconds. You know, that's just so much boom to it. This pedal makes you want to rock out. This is just a pure rock machine, I'd say, and this will make you be Frankenstein or Dracula, something like that.
Or something in between, or both.
Yeah.
Or Ned Stark.
Maybe if you buy all of them, you're going to be a full bearded rock and Dracula or so. So if everyone is
full bearded rock and Dracula.
Go for it.
You're off your trolley. Oh man, right, okay then, let's wrap it up. I've just gone through the comments and there doesn't seem to be anything more, so thank you very, very much for joining us all. Enrique, you are at the moment, you are 2 flashing little dots or squares, so apologies that Enrique's camera disappeared the last time he lost signal, but that would be Enrique, that there is Emmanuel, and I am Lee. And if you want to try these pedals, go and try them on Tonepedia. And if you actually go to the KMA website and you're looking through the stuff, you can try out the pedals there as well, because they've got Tonepedia Player on their website. Quite a few.
Sure.
So, thank you very much, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Bye.